Hey everybody, Mike here from Mike's Computer Tips. Can we talk about your computer? That's what I'm here for today. I want to talk about your computer, talk about your computer experience, and I want to teach you different things that you should know about your computer. We're going to start right now. One of the main reasons why people call me to work on their computer is because their computer's slow, it's not doing what they want it to do. They have too many things running in the background. They have pop-up messages. They have instant messengers like ICQ and Facebook and a couple different instant messages going at once. And you know, when you have all those things are competing for your workspace on the computer. In other words, you're trying to do one thing, which is, let's say you're just trying to be on Facebook, and you're checking out your Facebook, and all this other stuff is competing with that, using up the memory in your computer to do all these other tasks that you don't want to do, but you're still doing them because they're still open in the background. So you have to know how to take those things off, so when you're on the computer, you're just doing one thing. And Task Manager is where a lot of things are running on your computer. So what you want to do is you want to go to Task Manager by right-clicking your desktop or down by your toolbar, and then click Task Manager. And then when you go to Task Manager, click the tabs and look for any running processes that you're not using or you don't want to use, and end task on them. Highlight it and hit End Task, and that will get rid of it. So then when you go back and you do something on the computer, these things won't be running in the background. You see, you have to shut these things off. And Windows 10 is known for keeping a lot of things on Task Manager. So you want to take them as Task Manager. Another thing is your Google browser, your Edge browser, Firefox, or whatever you're using. I use Google Chrome. I prefer Google Chrome. But you got to remember, you got all these different websites that you go to in your history, in your browser. It just keeps accumulating. So in other words, if I go to 10 websites today, it's going to list 10 websites in my Google browser. So every once in a while, you have to go to the right-hand side of Chrome or whatever your browser is and go to where it says History and remove all those history entries. Get rid of them, and then your browser will open faster, it'll close faster, and it will work a lot better. That's a very important thing. I want to speak about your printer also. A lot of people tell me, oh, sometimes I can't print, I get an error message, and it's frustrating, and I don't know why, but my printer's not working. There's a couple simple things you can do to get your printer working again, and a few simple things you can do to see what's wrong with it. One of the most common things that happen with a printer is you might have a little piece of paper that's stuck in there in your printer. You might not even see it, and that will stop it from printer. Check your error message, read what it says, check your ink levels. That's important too. You can go in and check your ink levels to see how much ink you have. Make sure you're not low on ink, and also make sure you have enough paper. And one thing that really helps with my printer, and I've noticed it when I work on printers for people, which I really don't work on a lot of printers because printers all have a couple little issues that are pretty easy to solve. What you want to do is you want to restart the printer, and a lot of times that'll solve your problem. And check your cables also, and if you have any printing things going on that are in your printer already, make sure you highlight them and delete them before you start a new print. Printers can be frustrating. There is a couple things that you want to do. You want to make sure that you get rid of that error first. Once you get rid of that error, your printer should work okay again. So those are some tips on printing issues. And your browser, make sure you do the cleaning up of the history. You have to get rid of all those history entries in there. And I always say that if you have so many of them, there's a little drop down when you click on history, and it will say 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, or all of them. Make sure that's set to all of them. That way you get rid of all the history once you delete them and remove them. And also your recycle bin. Make sure you remove everything in your recycle bin, because that could slow your computer down, believe it or not. And if you have a lot of pictures and a lot of videos on your computer, take them off. Do cut, paste, save them externally to an external hard drive, and that'll save you if your computer ever breaks down. You won't lose those pictures, because I get people calling me, oh, my pictures are on the computer but it won't start, and then I have to save their pictures. So this way you'll have your pictures safe off the computer. There's a couple programs that I want you to have, and they're completely free. One is CCleaner. That's spelled C, like the third letter of the alphabet, cleaner. Download it, click Run Cleaner, and it will clean some stuff on your computer. Then there's Avast free antivirus. If you don't have an antivirus, make sure you have Avast free version for Windows 10. Download that, run that. And also Malwarebytes free version. That's another program that you should have. Those 3 programs will really help you out by keeping malware and temporary stuff off your computer. You can also go into your computer and you could do disk cleanup and clean your hard drive and things like that. Another thing you could do to really make your computer faster is, if you're still on a computer that has a mechanical hard drive, which is the original hard drive, you can change that hard drive to an SSD version. SSD versions are much faster, and your computer will work a lot better if you have an SSD hard drive. You have to talk to your local technician about installing an SSD hard drive and cloning your software, which means everything that's on your hard drive has to be sent over to the SSD hard drive, and then your computer will run a lot faster. Years ago, you add more memory to your computer and your computer will run faster, and now SSD hard drive is the way to go. So I would recommend looking into that. They're pretty cheap. I mean, you can buy them pretty cheap. Talk to your local computer store, or if you send me a comment, I'll talk to you about SSD hard drives. So that's another thing. I do sell them also. So there's a couple tips, and I hope these things really help you with your computer. The most important thing you have to do with your computer is really keep it running cool and keep liquid away from it, and use those programs that I told you about. You want to clean those, to use that CCleaner, you want to have an antivirus, which is Avast, which is very good. That's free. You want to run that. And you also want to run that Malwarebytes free version like once every week. And if it finds anything, it will prompt you to quarantine it or remove it. So that's a good thing to have if you're worried about people, sending you viruses or infections and things like that on your computer. That Malwarebytes is very good for that, and it's also completely free. So try those out. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions computer related, and look at some of my other videos, because I do have over 500 videos that will help you. And also, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'm always glad to help anybody with their computer issue. I also repair computers online for people at a small fee. If you want that done, you want your computer professionally cleaned, contact me and I'll make an appointment. Payments are made over PayPal, and I think right now I'm running a special that's $50 until I think June 30th. So that's a bargain to have your computer cleaned over the internet. So once again, Mike from Mike's Computer Tips, and check out my other channel, my new channel, which is Mike the Computer Guy. And I will see you in the next video. I hope this helps you. And happy computering, and stay safe. See you in the next video.